Hello, and welcome to Coming Home with Mama T. I'm your host, Tiara, aka Mama T. And on this podcast, we explore the journey of creating the life of our desires through mastering manifestation, maintaining a positive mindset, and living luxuriously. Today, I want to talk to you about this phrase that I find to be very poignant and potent, and it's a very simple phrase, and that is not mine. And I love it because this idea for talking about this phrase came a couple of days ago. And I wasn't really thinking about it at the time, but I recorded a little video to kind of like promote this podcast because I already knew I was going to record one about it. And lo and behold, today is the full moon. It is July 21st as the recording of this podcast episode. But I just thought it was perfect because we're going to talk about that is not mine, which also feels like just like letting go of energy to me. And the card that I pulled for today to share with all of my peeps on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook was the death and rebirth card. So all of the energy is very like aligned and in sync because, and I love that this is from the Light Seers Tarot. So I love that it's death and rebirth and not just the death card. Some people get like really freaked out when they see the death card in traditional tarot, but I say it all the time. There's no bad cards in tarot, and it doesn't necessarily mean that someone is literally dying. It could, but that's not the only thing. It is an invitation for a release of something that is no longer serving so that we can have space to step into a higher level of self, right? So that's the death and rebirth. That's that phoenix energy. And I love it. So, with that, the phrase that is not mine, it came up to me as I was doing a Reiki session, and I was running this Reiki session, and I noticed a lot of times, and I feel like those of us who are givers, healers, intuitives, all that, we have this ability to really connect into other people's energy. And when we do that and we can feel for other people and we're very empathetic and all of this beautiful, wonderful giving like energy, a lot of times we're taking on that energy that is actually weighing us down, that is actually causing pain in the mind, the body, the spirit. It's causing dis-ease and discomfort. I find like if I'm doing like a group Reiki session, sometimes as I tap into someone else's energy, I might feel something in an area like, okay, like they're saying that they have hip pain and now all of a sudden I have hip pain or whatever. And it's like this like phantom feeling of really like, connecting in with this other person so that we can help move and shift and shake it, right? And in doing that, I have learned that it's really good practice, especially if I'm conscious of like, oh, I'm talking to this person who's telling me about like their stomach issues, and now all of a sudden I'm having stomach issues. You know what? That is not mine. Like, I'm going to give that back. Like, that is not mine. Or, I'm going to release it to like the sun, to some other energy because it does not serve me. This is not for me. I don't want to go through this experience, and I don't have to go through the experience with someone else. We can listen to stories of other people. We can be a guiding light. We can hear others and allow other people to have the space to speak and get vulnerable and all that beauty, but we do not have to energetically take that on. Everything is energy, whether it's moving or not. Everything in this world has energy. It is matter. Matter is energy. Matter is wavelength, right? That is the energy. So if we're taking on everybody else's shit, of course, it's going to have an impact on our mind, our body, and our spirit because their waves are now intermingling with our waves. Like I talk about with like having water, right? We have water and we speak to it. We speak to our water, and how we talk about it has a wavelength. And the nicer things have more beautiful, vibrant waves than the mean things that we say. And studies have proven that as you say these things to some water and you freeze it, and then you look at the crystalline structure after it's frozen, the ones that have the most beautiful structures are the ones that received the most beautiful waves, right? And vice versa, the ones that have this murkiness, this weight, this distortion, if you will, are the ones that received the negative waves, the lower vibrations, the mean, the anger, the hate, all of this vibration, right? And I don't want to say good or bad, right? Because it's not about making it mean anything, but it is like, what do you want to feel? What do you want in your body? Do you want that murky, gross ness, or do you want that beautiful crystalline structure that is open and free and sharing with the world, right? That is the difference, right? And so I know for me, my goal is for us to have a world full of beautiful crystalline structures. And those beautiful crystalline structures are humanity. I want people to individually live extraordinary lives. And as they individually live extraordinary lives, they connect in with other people, and then we collectively live extraordinary lives. And as the collective is living extraordinarily and raising their own internal vibration, and we're raising the vibration of the collective together, we raise the vibration of the world and we create a better world. I envision owning this beautiful retreat space where we can come together. We can do full moon rituals together. We can go paddleboarding together. We can grow plants and food together. We can learn about livestock. We can go back to a simpler time of intention as we move through our day. I really feel that it is important that we step into having more intentionality from moment to moment in our lives and recognizing what is for us and what you can let go of. What do you want to step into and rebirth into, and what can you let die by the wayside? I think of like plants, right? And so the things that we water tend to grow. Like, are you watering the weeds in your garden? Are you watering your tomato plant? Are you watering your basil, your mint, your whatever? These are the things to think about and be conscious of. And maybe, weeds aren't a bad thing. I don't know. Or weeds are a thing that you would enjoy having in your garden. I don't know. Like I said, we don't need to give it a good or bad, right? But like, really being conscious of, yes, I do want weeds, or no, I do not. So let me, get rid of it. Let me remove it from the root, get to the root cause and pull it out, and no longer water and feed into this thing that I do not want, because that is not mine. So just remember, as you're going through your life, as you're going through your day, what is yours and what is not? And if you want to have a deeper conversation about this, feel free to book a one-on-one session with me. I have short and longer sessions available. There's also the home membership community if you would like to tap into a collective energy of cultivating an extraordinary life. And then there's also the mentorship. So if you would like to make sure that you have regular one-on-one sessions with me and be a part of the community, you can do that as well. And if you're not ready for those opportunities, but you still want to take a deeper dive, I recommend checking out the Activate Your Inner Shift meditation series, which is beautiful lessons on how you can shift your mindset to really activate anything that you desire for your life and put it into practice. So with that, I will say thank you so much for listening. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.